So today I was on Twitter and I saw a very interesting video from Bob Pockrass where he was sitting down with AJ Allmendinger and pretty much point blank asked him if he would consider driving the Kaulig Racing number 16 car next year in the Cup Series. And AJ was like, to be honest, he hadn't thought about it. But he definitely didn't rule it out, saying that he wants to do what's best for the company. And this was a fair question by Bob Pockrass, considering Kaulig still has their second charter for next year, and they lost out on Kyle Busch, and either lost out on Noah Gragson, or just felt that he wasn't a good fit for them because he went on to Petty GMS, obviously. And just to be very blunt, both Daniel Hemrick and Landon Castle, who are filling up the other Kaulig cars in Xfinity, are absolutely not ready to step into full-time roles in the Cup Series. Honestly, whenever you look at all the options for Kaulig Racing in 2023, AJ Allmendinger is just hands down the best one, and there's not really another close second to that. And I mean, maybe there's a possibility we see Kaulig lease the number 16 charter to RCR next year, and that's how RCR fields a car for Reddick, or possibly RCR sends Tyler Reddick to Kaulig Racing to drive the 16 car next year for a gap year, which honestly, if Tyler Reddick's going to be forced to drive for an RCR affiliate, that would definitely be the one that I would choose to drive for. All are possibilities, but honestly, I think it'd be really interesting to see what Allmendinger could do for a full season. Right now, AJ, I still think he's the best option. He is as good as he is ever going to be in NASCAR, and he is in his prime. He has come completely full circle to become a complete stock car driver, and now not only is he the best road course racer in NASCAR, maybe he might be the best road course racer ever. That's a discussion for another day, but he is now a legitimate threat at every track we go to on the NASCAR schedule. Even if you look at what AJ has done this year in the Cup Series starts that he has made, he's got 5 top 10s and a top 5 in I think just 13 starts. He actually has a better average finish and more top 10s than Justin Haley, who has been running all year and accommodated to the Kaulig Racing's next-gen Cup cars. I mean, AJ Allmendinger is the best driver they have in-house. No question about it. Now, I know a lot of y'all's first thing you're going to run into the comment section and tell me how silly I'm being, because AJ Allmendinger has stated many times he likes being in the Xfinity Series, and he really just enjoys kind of having that part of his career, having fun, and running for wins or running for championships, and I don't blame him. And he even said it. He hasn't put a lot of thought going back to Cup, even in this interview with Bob Pockrass. But what he did say in that interview is that he is open to it, and that he said exactly he wants to do what's best for the company. And believe me when I tell you that AJ Allmendinger driving for Kaulig Racing in Cup next year is what is best for that company. Kaulig has a solid young talent in Justin Haley. I really like Haley. I think he's got a good career in Cup coming for him, but they need a veteran to truly gauge where their Cup program is at. Pretty much a lot like how Denny Hamlin went out and got Kurt Busch, really courted him to come to 2311, because while they believe in Bubba, and Bubba is clearly talented and the future of that team, they need a veteran to gauge where he is at and where their equipment at, and kind of just what exactly they need to expect and what they need to improve on. You get that out of a guy like AJ Allmendinger, not Justin Haley. I don't even think that this would just be a matter of getting a veteran presence in the car. I think that AJ Allmendinger has a realistic shot at really making a good run. Maybe not at a championship, but playoffs for sure. And I mean, whenever you compare, I think AJ Allmendinger might at this point be able to be considered an elite driver in the sport. Both Hemrick and Castle are looking horrible this year. Each of them only have 9 top 10s and an average finish of 16th for both of them. While when you look over at the 16 car and what AJ Allmendinger has done this year, he has 3 wins, 12 top 5s, and 23 top 10s with an average finish of 6.4. Completely dwarfing his teammates. These stats are wild compared to Hemrick and Castle, and especially considering how obvious it is that Kaulig is not performing on the same level they were last year in the Xfinity Series. I mean, even AJ's stats, despite them being impressive, are worse, or not worse, but just not as impressive as they were last year. And I don't think that it's Castle and Hemrick are horrible. I think that both Castle and Hemrick are actually solid drivers. I think that they can be really good Xfinity drivers especially, but I think that they are driving the Kaulig cars how Kaulig equipment is capable of being driven, while AJ Allmendinger is completely, and I mean utterly, out driving that equipment to its absolute peak. I mean, that he is doing what elite level talents do. I have no doubt in my mind that AJ Allmendinger, if he went to Cup next year, would not only win a race, maybe two, definitely make the playoffs, but might be able to make a deep playoff run. I'm not willing to say championship yet, but I can't sit here, look you dead in the eye, and tell you it absolutely no way is possible. Maybe if he wins the Xfinity Series championship this year, he'll be more inclined to move up. But overall, I think he should at least try, because the AJ Allmendinger that was full-time in Cup before, like whenever he was with Red Bull, JTG Daugherty, even Penske, isn't the same one we have now. This one is an all-around stock car racing threat. But what do you guys think? Tell me what you think in the comments. Please like and subscribe, and I hope you all have a great day.